Alright, so we're on our way to Tristan's. We've got a Kanashimi solo mission, D-Series Cup EG motor build. I guess Tristan's going to be doing I think he's going to add some clips in for me. I don't know, but we're going to go to his workshop. We're going to see what's going down, and I'll stick a camera in his face and ask him a few questions. So, alright, peace. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Come to Tristan's shop.
Hey mate, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you, mate. So Tristan's helping me with the D-Series Cup EG. Yeah, how are you, man?
Yeah, good.
Good?
Been working hard.
Working hard or hardly working?
Out on this thing.
We're doing quite a bit to the motor, so what I'll do is we'll probably cut to a section of us talking about it. This is my bottom end. As you can see, it's been painted all nicely by Tristan. I gave him a pretty worn little motor and he's done quite a good job, so I'll let him explain what he's done.
Alrighty, so first things first, ripped out the old engine, did the tear down. It wasn't too bad. There wasn't really scoring marks in all the bores. They were all nice, pistons look good, no ring lands or anything were cracked. There was no marks on the crank, so I just gave that a clean up. And we've put in fresh rings and I've gapped those accordingly. So for a high output NAD series, and then we've also put ACL race bearings in the main bearings and also the rod bearings. Little secret sauce things is I've ported the oil pump, which involves me putting a little shim in above the spring to give the spring more pressure and just poured out the flow path of the oil, so that works well. Of course, fresh water pump, fresh everything else, getting a full timing belt kit. And as with all my builds, I paint them up and clean them so they look brand new. So yeah, wait till you see this in its final form. It's going to look sick, and I've also done some spicy stuff with the valve cover. Slight tweak, we're still running a thermostat because we want to keep heat in the engine, but I've just sort of high flowed it slightly so it will flow through quicker just in the short term when you're getting out on track and doing some warm-up laps.
So we can come under here. There's no motor in it. Can't really compete in a D-Series Cup without a D-Series in it.
Aircon gone.
Aircon, yeah, aircon's gone. Oh yeah, we deleted aircon. So we are trying to do some race car stuff. This probably won't be driven on the street too much. I'll probably drive it to work just to break it in and stuff like that. But in terms of the application, it's mostly for time attack, D-Series Cup, Honda Nationals, just time attack, not door-to-door racing, mostly just sprint stuff. So yeah, as you can see, it's very, very clean under here. Perfect car for, show build, and nothing wrong with it at all. So yep, good car. So this is the old head, but we're gonna sort of talk about the new head because it's sort of wrapped up. The valves are all in it, and I don't want it to fall apart when I've got it on the bench, and we don't want to bend any valves because the valves are open. So we're talking about it while pointing to the old head. So this is the old head. As you can see, it's actually not that bad. What we've done with the new one is we've gone with a Bad Guys Stage 4 cam, which is I think a stock cam or a stock core of cam ground out just to be a little bit more aggressive. I don't know the specs of the lift, the lobe or anything like that. Go Google it, you'll find it. We've got Skunk 2, or technically Supertech springs. We've gone with the Skunk 2 also TI retainers. Brand new keepers, valve stem seals, everything like that. You obviously can't see it on this one, but what we have done on the new head is poured all this out, poured all of it out, and we've actually gone and ground out a lot of the throats in there as well. And on the bottom, what we did is where the valves actually sit, we've actually ground out an extra 45th on that, so that a little bit more response when the valves are open. So should be a pretty spicy little motor. We're expecting, well, I'm hoping for around 90 kilowatts. I don't know if we're going to get there, but we'll see. So here's my little parts bin that I've sort of given Tristan, everything that I've been collecting over the last few months. Just like, you know, link, I think this is my can gauge, can lambda sensor, you know, ARP head studs, everything, some Protex brakes that I had for the CRX, but somehow I don't have a CRX anymore. But these will fit on the EG, which is great. A net from Japan, from Zero Fighter, throttle body, stuff like that. Here's, you know, the race bearings and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, a lot of stuff has gone into this motor. I did get a light and flywheel from the guys over at Exceedi. Spool Up provided that, so I'm pretty stoked on that, so thank you, Tristan. But yeah, heaps of cool stuff. I think what we'll do is we'll weigh the flywheel, see the difference. To make things a little bit interesting, we thought we'll have a competition, see who can guess the weight. I think that's going to weigh about 7.5 kilos, and I reckon this is going to weigh about 4. What do you reckon?
I reckon I'll go 8.9.
Yep.
And I'll go 4.2.
Jacob, what do you reckon?
Oh, I reckon about 8.
Yep.
The standard flywheel.
Yep.
I reckon about 4.5 for the lightweight one.
To preface this, we have picked them both up and felt them. I haven't picked it up like that though. All right, here we go. Ooh, I was bang on the money.
7.6.
7.6. Yeah.
And then the lightened flywheel, which looks cool as hell, is... Oh, do we need to zero it out again? There we go. 5. Wow. Okay. Cool.
So 2.5 kilos of weight saving.
Rotational mass. I'm not an engineer, but that will spin easier than 8 kilos.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Cool. Sweet as. So in terms of actually what I will feel in the car, like my assumption is it will rev and decelerate a lot quicker. Is that?
So, you know when you, like the tacho revs up, goes rah,
Yeah.
and then you change gears, it goes rah.
Yeah.
This will just go rah, and then it will come back a little bit. So
Right, so that's, okay, cool. So I always just thought it would rev easier, so to speak. I know that obviously having lighter flywheel and less rotational mass is good for certain cars. I know VG30s don't really like them.
There's a downside, and that is if you are driving it on the street or a daily, and if you're doing like you come to a hill, you're gonna have to drop it back a gear because the revs will drop far faster because it doesn't have that. It's like the rotational mass
Momentum.
pulls you up the hill.
Yeah, okay.
So it will start to drop quicker, so you have to pick it back a gear.
Yeah.
And yeah, hills runs and things like that. If you're always up in the rev range, it'll be fine. You won't notice it. But if you drop off and you have to slow down to start picking up again, you'll have to knock it back to like second or third.
Yeah. So it doesn't. I always thought it would rev higher, rev freer, so to speak.
So it'll free rev. If you rev it, standing
Out of gear.
just rev.
It'll be a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So I can Libby bash on the streets and scare Commodores. Cool. So these are some other parts that we have. As you can see, these are very high quality headers from only the highest manufacturing facilities. These are eBay headers, $190, $180 I think. They've been port matched to the engine. And then what we're going to do is probably cut here and run 2.5 inch the whole way back just to make it breathe a little bit better. And it should sound pretty nice. So, sweet as. How's my hair? Does it look stupid?
Always.
You can't really tell, but this is a link that I've purchased from TNT Garage here in Melbourne. Thomas has looked after me pretty well, so that's why I'm going with the link. Could have gone anything Haltech, Hondata. I was sort of been advised not to go the Hondata, so we went down the link route. I've got the wideband set up, can gauge. I think we might even do a dash at some point, so yeah, should be fun. So that's how I'm gonna, manage the engine. That's why it's called engine management. shout out to Steve at SSP for putting the head together. He's done a fantastic job. It's all wrapped up now, and we haven't gotten to the stage of putting it on yet. He looked after me. If you're in Melbourne, you need Honda stuff done for your heads, definitely suss him out for machine work. If you need any OEM Honda parts, brakes, upgrades, anything like that, hit up Tristan at School Up. And if you need work done on your Honda, can we come to you and get some work done?
Yep.
Absolutely. So I think Tristan's now doing this full time, the whole YouTube / race shop.
Yep.
Race shop. So if you want race car things or even cool street car things, definitely hit Tristan up. He's done a lot of work for me in the past and always sorted me out and looked after me. So appreciate it.
Show the 2 EGs out.
Oh yeah, we'll do some. We'll go show some EGs. Look at these. These are sick. So this is some of Tristan's work. As you can see, like absolutely immaculate engine bays. Lots and lots of time and effort put into these really cool cars. Like just attention to detail is insane. So cool. So this one here is a bit more like an OEM sort of build. Looks a bit more tame. Looks a little less racy, as you can see with the, the stock wheels and everything like that.
This one is staying at this height, staying with these wheels and everything. It's getting a Varex, and the guy that owns it, hard to tell his age, but I'm going to say mid-60s.
Cool. And this one here is a bit more of a hot boy racy car. Like you can see it's already got slicks and stuff like that on it. Yep. It's a little bit less OEM spec. You can see there's a couple of extra little goodies on there.
Yeah, it's got the Max PD front and rear camber arms and coilovers and yeah.
Cool. Cool bananas. Awesome. So that sort of wraps up this one. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Tristan, for doing all of this. Really looked after me, so please hit him up if you have any questions or any sort of work that you need done on your Honda or any other race car. You do GTRs. I heard you've done GTRs.
And Evos.
And Evos.
Quality work only. No,
yes.
cheap slap together. I don't want to put my name on junk, but
yeah.
if we're making it better, we're making it better.
Absolutely, cool. And also, if you need parts, Tristan has Spool Up. I get so much shit through him. If you do have inquiries about parts, just hit him up.
Spoolup.com.au.
That's it. I'm not good at this, and I don't do the whole YouTube thing very well, so suss it out.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, eat my own hat. I'm gonna go do stuff. Cool.